Good afternoon, CED. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. So basically what we have here is what's a tactile pixel. So you think of a electronic reader for the visually impaired as a special purpose built reader. So you feel the screen. The screen comes alive with tactile information that has spatial control, much like these images that you see up there. One showing a graph on one side, another showing a graph on the other side. Our team is a group of engineers who are interested in social impact and bringing advanced technologies to solve pain points of society. For example, you might want to go to the library or something like that and check out books or look online and browse digital papers, digital content. If you are a visually impaired individual, without our technology, you have to read it a single line at a time, or you have to listen to it spoken back to you. We prefer to think of our technology as Braille 2.0. For example, this shows the Bible. So if you went to some of you go to church, you go to the church, can you imagine one of these at each pew for the visually impaired individual to read? It stacks 5 to 6 feet tall, weighs 60, 70 pounds. Your portability is a luggable, so to speak. With our technology, you have access to millions of books, hundreds of millions of published documents, things of this nature. It really impacts the quality of life of roughly 250 million visually impaired people worldwide. It's a multi-billion-dollar market. Alone, there's 8 million people here in the United States that have some form of visual impairment. Many of those need to read, or some sort of tactile display would be much more advantageous. You might ask yourself, why Braille? Why can get by on text-to-speech? Well, try turning on your cell phone to accessibility mode. There's a screen reader in there. Then close your eyes and try to navigate to your contacts. Try to talk to them. Try to go to a Word document and navigate a table of information. You either have to listen to it read to you, which you have to then rewind or fast forward and move around and things of this nature, instead of skim reading with your finger, much as we do. The president of our company is actually visually impaired. At a conference with him, I was sitting there and I had forgotten my book. And I was like, hey, when's our next meeting? He whips out his Braille information, flips to the page, quickly skims the page, finds exactly where we're going. And as probably faster than I did. So what does this mean for you as a visual impaired individual? This means that you can get access to things like subscript and superscript in math, things that have spatial importance. It needs to be somewhere on the screen that represents something. This allows you to do jobs, education, work, pleasure. It allows you to be the master of your own fate, while you're pursuing your dreams and aspiration. You get an immersive reading experience with this. It's full content displayed. You can take it much like you can your iPad or something of this nature. You can skim left, right. You can switch pages. It's special purpose e-reader, and what we were probably going to release first, or what we're going to release first, is actually a watch. There's millions of people who don't need to be Braille literate necessarily to read the time or date. They just need to know a subset of numbers and things of this nature. Full page browsing of digital content is very relevant in this society, in this day and age. You need to have equal access to information, equal access to tests in academic field and things of that nature. So what we'd like to get out of our meeting today, if it resonates with some investor out here or some potential strategic partner, we're looking to raise money, and we'd like you to come help us make a social difference, a social impact, change somebody's life. Thank you very much for having me. You have a great day.